Christmas Day, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? What up, homies? Merry Christmas! And Jesus Christ was born on this day. Or was it yesterday he was born? We're doing like one of them, what do you call that? New York, plays. We don't know exactly when he was born. All we know is we're supposed to believe you. Broadway musical, Winnipeg Broadway musical coming up next. Hey, bud. How you doing? Trying to figure out what's really going on here. Oh, the Mitchell Family reality show. Merry Christmas from the Mitchell family. How you doing? We got Tony Blair in the live stream. You know something corrupt's going on when Tony Blair shows up. Hey? Tony Blair? Yeah. Wife wants me to cook breakfast. We're gonna have toast today. Keep it simple, keep it real. Buttered toast, maybe a slice of ches, and some slices of cherry tomatoes. Um, Citrus honey bush tea. So we'll get this stuff going right now. We got my wife a dash cam for Christmas. So we're gonna install that today, and we'll have a brand new feed, a new channel to bring you on the show. It'll be the wife's driving dash cam videos from the wife. She won't go live. She doesn't feel comfortable going live right now, but she'll do driving videos. And it's not that she's scared to. It's just it's not safe. I'd rather her not. She can do what she wants, but she's chosen not to. There's a lot of people live streaming. They're really dumb, you know? So you don't want to fall into that category, right? There's a lot of people live streaming. They're kind of endangering their kids because remember when they're featuring their kids on an adult show and they don't know which adults are watching them. They also don't know which adults are creepy, and they also don't know which adults live in their neighborhood. So trust me when I say there's a lot of weirdos out there. And, I mean, parents that let their children on YouTube are bad parents. You can watch YouTube. You should moderate what your kid watches. But people that allow their children to go live on YouTube are very bad parents. Very bad. There is a lot of scuzzy people out there. And believe me, if your kid's on YouTube, they've already been groomed. So, they've been groomed by transgender, by old women, by young men, by every group that can possibly groom someone. Every group has groomed your child on YouTube, guaranteed. I've seen every one of these groups being, not all of them, a couple from each one, being horrendous in chats towards children. Horrendous. And that's despicable. You don't have weird chats with kids on YouTube live streams, you know? Orange juice there. Very good wipe. And we're just going to serve up on a slice of paper. I'm going to do this on a slice of paper towel. And then after we'll get to the bottom of why people are so creepy on YouTube. Why is this platform a good place for these types to exist? Because the moderators don't handle it. The moderators would rather stop and silence people who talk about flat earth than protect the children of North America. Period. Prove me wrong. But it's to the point where I'm going to make sure every person in Canada that has children, class action lawsuits, YouTube and Google for their negligence, gross negligence. There are children on YouTube who are 10, 12, 13, 14 with live streams. So I'm a live streamer, right? For about 2 minutes, 5 minutes out of the day, I'll actually see what's on YouTube. Usually first thing in the morning when I just open my eyes, I check all my analytics, and then I'll reply to comments. And then as I open up my YouTube to go live, my feed pops up. And hardly ever does a video catch my eye where I have to click on it. Ever. As well, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm not watching a video right now. My hands are right here, and I haven't watched one video on YouTube since I've been live. You know what I mean? So, what I'm saying is that I'll see the people that go live on my, it's my feed. They're not subscribed to me. This is what YouTube recommends. And what YouTube is recommending. Probably because they're publisher platform and their parents who are probably connected in some way to Google or YouTube. I'm going to verify this through the IRS, right? The IRS is going to verify all of this because this falls under a gross negligence of so many departments who have allowed so many people from one area to profit off all of us, right? So we have to check and see how legit that this has been, right? I see Mr. Beast is inflating Twitch right now. I thought that was interesting that Mr. Beast was over on Twitch giving away whatever he's giving away, but he's not on YouTube. You know what I mean? So he's not promoting YouTube right now. He's promoting Twitch. So what's the objective here? Is it to control both platforms' influencers and have an umbrella of influencers under both media groups, platforms? I'm having Trump look into this right now. Trust me when I say the people who are in power right now will not be for much longer. I found a few other huge correlations that it's too strange. It's too strange. If Mr. Beast is such a big YouTuber, why is he helping promote Twitch so hard right now? Is there something going on at YouTube? Why is he over at Twitch? That's literally the enemy of you. Literally the enemy of YouTube. Anybody who knows anything knows that Twitch is, and it's also the most toxic platform in the world with the most peds. by far, Twitch has the most peds in the world. So yesterday I was watching for 10 seconds, unfortunately, on YouTube. There is a video of this new inflated streamer through what looks like it can only explain through Mr. Beast. Because this kid who's in desperate need of, corrective vision glasses is sitting there, malnourished as fuck. And he's got to be, 30, 35. It looks like he's 4. And I mean, like, I can't make this up. And so these are the people that are influencing tomorrow's children, right? I'm in shock at the level of puss that is being influenced to the world. The level of puss is extraordinarily exorbitant. It's just huge. You basically, in 30 years, people won't have a clue how to do anything because of these groups of people I'm talking about. So it's a danger to societies in North America, and I can't see how others don't see this, right? So back to what I was saying, this guy and Beast are giving away money to streamers, young kids. There's a girl, she's maybe 16, 17, 18 on Twitch, and she's getting money from Beast. Well, when Jimmy goes to her chat, the whole chat is spawned with Among Us and huge erect penises and balls. So you're talking about they've incorporated genitalia into a very, 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 very young children's game with that 500 million fucking children play, and he's part of this ped problem. Prove me wrong. Explain to me how anyone from Twitch would allow such a design to be portrayed on a chat. It's disgusting. If you go to Twitch right now, I guarantee you can see an Among Us. Because these people have no lives. They probably have like 4 hairs, 0 eyesight, bad teeth, can't get erect, and you're sitting there and people are literally just spawning in a chat. They're just like typing, and that's all you can muster up. You can't lift anything. You don't even know how to grocery shop. Like, the world is in peril. So I'm here to show you absolute goobs how to make bread into toast like that. Now I'm gonna butter it with plant-based butter so you don't get exorbitantly bloated off animal fats. So, as animal fats don't digest. But again, unless Jimmy tells you, you guys are screwed, bud. Screwed. So, I mean, you can't make this up, though. You can't. You really can't make it up. This is to the point where it's so blatantly obvious, and he's saying it's not scripted. You can clearly tell 3 people he gave cash to was scripted. Jinxie's in there, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Jinxie, how you doing?" And the guy's like, they're supposed to be giving away money to people that they've never seen before. And then Jinxie has to lie midstream and say that, "Oh yeah, by the way, I saw this guy in the airport." So they concoct a story in text message. So there's handlers, right? There's handlers watching all of this. These are the people, they call them writers, right? These are the puppeteers. The puppets are the ones who, well, the Muppets, the Muppmies, right? The Muppets are directed by the people who tell you every day, "Oh, can you put this on the show? Can you do that?" Right? Like, I mean, it's so fucking obvious, you guys. You can't see the people behind the scenes who are super chatting. And I think that's a huge mistake. Like, I think the platform itself shows a lot of, it's almost like, what do you call it? Like embezzling, right? Like, if there are channels on your guaranteed billion-dollar channels that have embezzled for years because it's easy. It's an anonymous donation, right? So if you've done something corrupt for somebody, all they have to do is come into the chat every day for a year and super chat you $500, right? There's a level to this that is so, and I'm telling you, the IRS needs to check out fucking huge multi subscriber, millions of subscribers. All of those channels need to be checked to see if there's favoritism, number one, which is a thing you're gonna explain. There's YouTube guidelines. If you see a channel that's consistently showing cannabis, for instance, something that, I couldn't feature for one day without having my channel struck and monetization lost. And these corrupt fuckers at YouTube, I just watched 4 or 5 channels today where these fucking dumpy people are sitting there smoking weed on stream with full monetization, getting $80 super chats. So it shows me that they're probably promoting the drug, the licensed produce. In Canada, it's cops and judges that own these LPs, right? Government, anyone who owns these licensed producers. No one who's a regular person can afford these LPs, right? But you guys don't realize how corrupt everything has gotten, right? Because you don't really have lives, right? You just barely get by, scraping by, watching, swiping to the left on a short video. You don't have a high IQ anymore. Any IQ you had has been lost. Your memory can only hold so much information. If you spent the entire day absorbing shit, then your memory retained that shit. You lost the valuable information that you did learn, not entirely, but lots of it. The older you get, the more of the old memories, the good info, you lose forever. This is why you see old people that are mean, they're ignorant, they say things they probably would never have said when they were 30 or 40 years younger, but shit is slipping, and it's morals, values, proper etiquette. All these things you learn from a very young age are some of the first fucking things to go in old people. It's a behavioral trait, I'm telling you. So age, you get a lot of mouthy old people. A lot of mouthy old people. Because of they get older and they forget proper etiquette. It's just, I Googled it. You can learn about psychology from websites and proper people who have been in the industry, or do you think that there aren't psychologists that type on the internet and that, like, ones that understand the human mind, that have done shit on the human, like they've had people, crazy people, sane people that thought they were crazy, other like big time crazy people that were doing weird stuff to cats and people and different things. Those people see the same person, right? They get a full umbrella. They get a full window of all the shit that this is saying. No, you're actually normal. You should hear what Freddie is doing, or Eddie or Joe does. He does the creepiest shit you'd ever think. Tom or Dick or Harry, you're doing just fine. You're normal, right? Well, these psychologists, they come online. There's some really, really cool people that do body analysis on YouTube. They check, like, for instance, they'll check, like, when a president gives a speech about war. Some of these psychologists, they're also behavior analysis, and they are also body language experts. I forget the wording, but it's something like that. They're in poker, we call them tells. In a courtroom, they review people under oath to see if, when they get the question, if they wince, if they there's all kinds of things. You could blush for many reasons, though. You could blush because you're embarrassed, not just because you're guilty, right? And also because you're embarrassed for other people. There's many reasons that you can blush. So some people with a high IQ, you can hide it. You can hide what you're thinking in your head, but your body, you're so in tune with your body that your body will actually float the emotion to your face, or a hand gesture, or a certain head movement. And all these things are very, very crucial to understanding what is going on in that person's head that will not say. You can't get it out of them,
But certain questions can reveal certain body tells, right? And again, it's not exact, especially like with I said with blushing, but with grimacing, with stink eye, with if you have a V in your forehead, in between your eyes, if you have a bunch of lines, wrinkles in your forehead, and your eyes are raised, all of these are quick tells for me that you're very guilty, extremely guilty. No one can stop being what they are because you're simple, right? The higher you are educated, the more chance you have of not reacting in a way that might give away a tell. This is why certain people win millions and millions and millions of dollars at a poker table, while other people, I can read people like a book. Now, if you think you're so smart, put up $50,000, come to my house and play. I don't know if we can do it for legit. We'll give the money to charity. Fuck, I don't need money. I don't want money. I don't like money. When I get all the money, I'm just gonna pay off all the debt, give my wife some money, and then make sure we have money to live, right? Which I'm gonna live a good life, right? But right now we're broke. But when I get the money, it's all gonna be used up, right? Like I'm gonna give some of it away as well to people who are less fortunate and have nothing, right? But these tells are, you can't stop yourself from giving away all of the tells. You might think you can control one or two. You might think you're so in touch and tune with your body that you can do that. The being more in touch actually it hinders you. The more numb you are, the better you can hide anything. It's emotionless. Okay, now I'll give you the example. I told you people with a high intellect, but it's called emotional intelligence. It's the most efficient and best way to carry yourself is being a highly tuned, emotionally tuned intellectual being. That's the best person a person can be. If you think like that, if you believe that you care, you can begin to become less numb. You're not going to be on my level because you don't put yourself. Number one thing I learned when I was 3, over 40 fucking years ago, was that you put yourself in somebody else's shoes. So I make sure I don't hurt people's hearts. I am first one to ensure that your heart is safe around me. Your big mouth, you can't even ensure you're going to treat your kid properly with what comes out of your mouth. You're such a shitty parent and a person, right? And look at your families and see people that can't control their mouths. Those are the most uneducated people you prove me wrong. Go take a fucking IQ test and see you will get a 0. A 0. Your comprehension skills are fucking not there, bud, because you are numb. You've either never been loved or you're fake, right? You're a greed driven person who has fallen into the devil's grasp, and you value money over freedom and life and love, which are the 3 best things you can have. Remember, folks, you cannot be me. Stop trying. I'll see you next time. Hashman out.